this tape, we're going to do some chokes from the mounted position. So now, you got to get 4 fingers all the way down. Okay? So make sure that adjust, with the other hand. Okay, the jitsu will get real tight. Now, once again here, your hand's got to be right on the side. Okay, not like that. You got to turn all the way. The second hand goes always over. You cannot put under. Okay, because it gets stuck here. So make sure that you go over, and then get the thumb inside, and make sure that you keep sideways because you want to trap the air. If you do it like that, you're not going to do it right. So make sure to stay right on the side, just like that. Okay, so 4 fingers, adjust this hand here so get real tight, and then get the thumb, and then go all the way down. Try to get your hands close to each other, as close as you can. Okay, after you get that, you're going to apply the pressure this way. Okay, and keep your head down. That way he cannot work with his arm trying to escape. Okay, once again here, 4 fingers all the way down, and the thumb go right over. Okay, my hands here is almost touching each other at the end. It's very important, don't forget that. 4 and just 1. So the second hand goes over. Now you put your head down and choke them. Once again, I'm going to work with the choke from the mounted position. So make sure that you get your knees all the way up, close to the armpit. Okay? Now, make sure that you adjust with one hand, okay, and then get 4 fingers all the way down. Okay, real tight. That's why you got, pull this real tight. The second one, you get it over. You get the thumb inside, and then go all the way down. Your hands got to be sideways. Okay? The reason why, like I said, you got to trap the air real good. If you don't trap the air, you're not going to be able to choke the guy out. So make sure that it goes as deep as you can. Get the thumb inside, over, okay, and then apply the pressure. Now we're going to do the choke in the full speed. Now in the situation, once you get on the choke, sometimes what can happen, the guy can reverse the position, but make sure that you still keep choking the guy. Okay, so we're going to review here again the choke. 4 fingers all the way down, and the thumb. Okay, make sure the second hand over. Okay, now as soon as you get to start to choke the guy, if you reverse the position, that's fine. Make sure that you cross your legs, keep him in the guard. Okay, and then pull him and then choke him at the same time. Okay, so you pull and then choke. Make sure that don't let the guy go, because right here he can work with his hands and try to escape. Once you pull him, there's nothing much he can do it but tap. Once again, the situation here in the choke, okay, like we just did, 4 fingers all the way down, and the thumb, okay, all the way as deep as you can. Now, if the guy reversed the position, make sure that you keep him in your guard by crossing the legs. Okay, don't open the guard because he can stand up and escape. So make sure that you cross your legs, pull him, and then squeeze. The reason why you got to do that, because if you let him go, he can still fight, try to escape. So you don't want that. So make sure that as soon as you get him to choke, okay, pull him right away and get as close to him as you can. Now we're going to do the move real fast. Full speed. Now we're going to go for another choke from the mounted position. We call it Ezekiel in Brazil. So this one, you get 4 fingers inside of your gi. Okay, and then you go down, just get your arm around his neck, and then hold your own gi, and then apply the pressure. Just one thing, in the tournament, you want to make sure you can grab your own gi, but you cannot grab your opponent's gi. So you want to make sure that you get your own. Okay, now you go down here one more time, and then get your gi. Now make sure that you apply the pressure, towards the mat. So once you get your gi, okay, inside, don't put 5 fingers inside. You gotta get just 4. Keep the thumb outside. And go down here. Go around his neck, hold your own gi, and then apply the pressure. Once again, Ezekiel from the mounted position. So make sure that you get 4 fingers inside of your gi. And remind you guys again that you can never grab the opponent's gi, or either here or in the pants. Okay, you can grab your own. That's fine. So make sure get 4 fingers inside, the thumb outside, and then go with your hand around. Okay, but make sure that don't let it go the gi. and then grab your own gi, and then apply the pressure towards the mat. Now in full speed. Now in this situation here, my opponent is going to try to escape in the wrong way. Okay, while I'm trying to choke him, he's going to put his hand right behind my knee here, which is wrong. So you can never do that. If that happens, all you got to do here is grab right by the elbow, real good, real tight. And the other side, do the same thing. Okay. Now what you do here, you pull the guy and then roll with him. Make sure that you keep your foot right on the hips. That way you can lock, you can move yourself real good and lock your foot right behind the knee. Okay, that's what you got to do here. Now, with this arm, you want to make sure that it goes that way. Because right here, that's how you're going to block the air. That way he can't breathe, and then you choke him out. So once again here, you put your arm that way. Make sure that you keep your foot locked right behind the knee. If you don't lock, you don't put enough pressure. So you want to make sure, if you have a hard time, just hold your foot and then lock it. Now, what you're going to do next, you're going to put both hands right in his neck. You're going to put your hips up a little bit, put the pressure down, and choke him out. Now, once again here, my opponent's going to try to escape, okay, in the wrong way. So you never do that. So what I'm going to do here, I want to help him out, okay, because like we said, in Jiu-Jitsu we cannot use a strain against the guy. So he wants to put his arm here, that's fine. We're going to help him. Okay, now, what we're going to do here, we're going to grab right by the elbow, okay, and the other side too. The reason why we do that is because we want to keep it real tight. Now, after that, we're going to roll, okay. Now, make sure that you keep your foot, okay, right in his hips. That way you can move yourself and hook the foot right behind the knee. Because if you don't move yourself, you have a hard time, you know, to get your, I wouldn't ever have a hard time here doing it. So you want to make sure that you got to put your foot in the hips so you can move more and lock right behind the knee. Okay, his arm's got to be this way. After that, both hands right in his neck. Put your hips up and pressure down. Now, the same move in full speed. Now, in this position, we're going to go for arm bar. Okay? Now, the situation is protecting his face. Okay? Every time that happens, we act like we want to punch him. Okay? And then we grab the wrist instead of punch his face. Now, it's very important to keep your elbow down. The reason why is because you can move and you want to keep a 90-degree angle here. After you get that done, once again here, 5 fingers outside. You can't get 4 fingers outside and the thumb inside. It's wrong. Because, you know, the only way for the guy to escape is going that way. So you're better off with 5 fingers outside. Now, you do the same with your own wrist. One thing here, make sure that you hide your face here. Okay? That way, if you're on the street, he can punch you right here. That's fine. He's just gonna punch, you know, your neck, and you're gonna break his arm. So just get your wrist, and then what you do here is like a circle move. Okay? You're gonna lift and then spin. Okay? You're gonna lift his elbow and just pull his wrist. Once again, we're going to do the same move here, Americana, but from the other side. But make sure, always, once you get the guy's wrist, you always cross. If you want to get this one here, you cross this way. If you want to get the other one, you cross that way. Okay? Act like you want to punch him. Okay, you got to do it real hard. And then keep your elbow down. Hide your face once again here so you don't get hit in the face. Okay? Now, just go under here and get your own wrist. Don't forget, 5 fingers outside. Okay, and keep it 90 degrees angle here, always. And then finish it on bar. Now, the same move in full speed. Now, in this move, we're going to go for Americana again. But this time, he's going to try to hold his hand, okay, to defend the position. So I get right away, and then he started to hold right there. So make sure, once again, keep your elbow down, because if you put your elbow up, he's out of there. Okay, so make sure, elbow down. Okay, now, the way here to get his hand out of there, just hit with your head. Okay, and then just go for the move. Once again, the same move. Now, you go for Americana. Don't forget, keep your elbow down. Now, this time, he's trying to hold his hand. So I can do the move that way. I try, you know, I can't do it. So make sure, once that happens, keep the 90-degree angle here, hold your wrist, leave it there. Okay, now what I do here is just hit with your head. Okay, and then go finish with the arm bar. Now in full speed. Now from this position, we're gonna go to arm bar. Okay, make sure if you're on the bottom, never put your arm straight up. If that happens, I'm gonna show what's gonna happen. First of all, like on the street, the guy can start a punch from the bottom, which is a mistake. Okay, but that can happen. And another possibility here is gonna grab your clothes or your gis if you're competing. Okay, if that happens, make sure, like in this situation here, I want to get this arm. So I put my hand right here in his chest, and the other one I go around, right on top of my hand. Don't forget here, balance is very important in Jiu-Jitsu. So keep your head on the top of the guy's head, because right here, I'm out of balance. Right here, same thing, I'm out of balance. So make sure right on the top of his head, okay? Like I said, your head is the heaviest part of your body, so keep right there. Now, what you do here, you apply the pressure and the spin at the same time. I'm going to do real slow. And then end up in an arm bar, like we did before. Leg straight down, squeeze. With the other one, thumb straight up and hips up. Once again, every time the guy puts his arm straight up, it's a mistake from this position here, because I can get him an arm bar. Okay? Now, I put both hands right in his chest. If I want to get this arm here, this one's got to go outside. If I want to get the other arm, it's the opposite. This goes outside. This goes inside, and the other one outside. Okay? So make sure, even if the guy is trying to punch you or grab your gi or clothes, make sure that keep his arm straight up. Okay? Don't let him get close to your face. Okay? At the same time, you go around, put the pressure in his chest, okay? And then make sure that you keep your head on the top of his head so you don't lose your balance, and then spin around. Okay? Now, one thing here in this arm bar, it's very important to be close to him. Okay? Because if you stay too far away, you won't be able to finish him, because you're going to break right here by the elbow. So it's very important to get real close to him. Okay? His elbow's got to be right by your stomach. Okay? This leg, like I said, you got to be straight down. Squeeze with the other one, thumb straight up, and then put your hips up. Now we're going to do the move real fast, full speed. Okay, here's another arm bar from the mounted position. Okay, this time here, okay, he's trying to push me or grab my gi or my clothes and trying to flip me. Okay, now, once again here, you can't use the strength at all. If I be stronger than him, I can probably put my weight down and stay in this position here. But you gotta have in mind that in Jiu-Jitsu, there's no strength involved. And if you get a guy 2 times stronger than you, and you gotta, go with him. You just can't use strength against him because you're gonna lose. So in this particular situation here, he's gonna try to flip me. Okay. Now, as soon as he flip me, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna follow him, and then I'm gonna step over. Okay, so I'm not using any strength against him, and I go down right away. So make sure, controlling the wrist, you gotta put the thumb straight up again, and your knee straight up. That way you trap him, and he can't move. Now what you do here, you put your hips up. Once again here, the arm bar from the mounted position. In this situation here, like we said, if the guy started to push you, okay, and if he's, real strong, you gotta go for him, okay? If I'm stronger than him, I'll probably be able to put my weight down and keep, keep myself in this position here. But in Jiu-Jitsu, like we said, you can't use a strength against the guy, because if he's stronger than you and you're stuck, you can do nothing. So make sure, if the guy push you, just follow him. Okay, so you want to push me that way, I'll go with him. But make sure that you bring his arm, pull his arm, okay? And then what you do here, you step over his head. Now, what you got to do is, you got to keep your knee straight up so you can trap him. If you put your knee down, and he's out. So you want to make sure that you put your knee straight up and control right here on the wrist. The thumb's got to be straight up, and then you put your hips up. Now in full speed. Now in this position, my opponent is going to try to reverse the position here, try to flip me. So what you got to do here, like I said, don't give him a hard time. Help him out. Okay, put your knee up. If he's turning that way, you get this knee up. If he's going the other way, you get the other knee up. Anyway, from this position here, make sure that you help with your right hand to get his gi real tight. Okay? Make sure that you get the thumb inside and the forefinger is outside. Now, from this position here, you're going to act like you want to grab your own wrist. And then you're going to start to apply the pressure here for the choke. So it's very important here to go around and trap his arm. That way he can't escape. And then you finish with the choke. Once again here, another choke from the mounted position. So every time the guy's trying to give a hard time to flip you, make sure you help him out. So if he's going that way, I put this knee up. So if he's going the opposite way, I'll put the other knee up. Right after that, make sure with your right hand, in this particular situation here, you get the gi all the way down and put your thumb all the way up. Okay, that way you keep the gi real tight. See right here, it's real tight. So make sure to adjust with this hand and get the thumb inside. With this hand here, you go act like you want to get your own wrist. Keep going this way for the choke. Okay, so gotta squeeze real good and then choke him. Now in full speed. Now, in this particular move here now, we're gonna do the same choke that we did before, but this time without the gis. This choke would be for the street. Now, as soon as the guys start to turn, okay, you don't grab the gis, you get the guy's arm. Go around and get his own wrist. Okay? Now, instead of get the gi, okay, go just close your wrist and then choke him out. Once again, the choke from the top position. Now, the guy's turning, okay? But on the street, there's no gis. Okay, so now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go around and get the guy's wrist. Make sure 5 fingers outside. Okay, now this hand is gonna go inside and then you're gonna go towards your wrist. Make sure that you put your body straight up. Now the same move in full speed. Now in the situation here, usually when you start to hit the guy, he wants to give the back to you right away. That's the wrong way to go, but it happens a lot. So now, once you start to hit him, okay, and he turns it back to me, I'm not gonna fight, trying to keep, his back down. I'm gonna let him go, okay? So as soon as you give the back to me, I'm gonna put my knee down, okay? That way, I can avoid him from keeping rolling, okay? Now from here, I'm gonna strike him. I can punch him. I'm gonna hit him with the elbow. I can hit his face. I can do a lot of things here. But just one thing here, sometimes, actually most of the time, the guy's gonna try to stand up, okay? So forget what you're doing. You can't hit the guy anymore. Now let him stand up and then hook your feet right between his legs. Let me show here. That's the position that you want to be, right here, okay? Hook your feet and then keep all the pressure right here in your stomach so you can keep him down. Because if you relax here, he stands up. So you want to make sure, concentrate all your pressure right here in your stomach. Then from here, keep hitting him again. Once again, from this position here, once you start to hit the guy, a lot of things, a lot of times it happens, he gives it back to you. So if he gives it back to you, that's fine. Don't fight with him. Just make sure, as soon as he gives it back to you, you put your knee down. Okay, that way you can trap him real good and he won't spin anymore. Now, from this position, that's real good to hit him with the elbow or punch or in the face. You can do a lot of things here. Okay, now, if he stands up, forget what you're doing and then go for get your feet right between his legs. That's what you gotta do. Okay, that way, if you keep rolling with you, you still get his back. Okay, that's what you gotta do here. Now, concentrate all the pressure here in your stomach. Okay, that way you can keep him down. And then you can hit him from there. Now, this position, okay, we're gonna do the same. The guy's gonna give the back to me, and I'm gonna choke him out with what we call mata-leão. Okay, now, as soon as he turns, once again, I put my knee up. Okay, I don't have to give a hard time for him at all. Because if he's stronger than me, he's gonna flip me. Okay, so I just put my knee up and I let him go. Okay, so now in this position here, I'm gonna start to strike him. Okay, and then usually what happened here, he put his head up. Okay, and then I go for the choke. You wanna make sure that you get your arm all the way in, so your elbow's gotta be right in your throat. Because you wanna trap the air here, from here and here. So you wanna make sure to squeeze real good. So you go all the way, okay? Now, you hold your biceps, and the other hand goes right in his neck, and put pressure forward. Okay, once again, I'm his back right here now. Now, I don't have to worry about hooking my feet in there because he's keeping his weight all the way down, okay? I just go around, okay, and then I put my elbow right in his throat, okay? Now, I transfer my hand to the biceps, and then the other one right in his neck, and then I put pressure forward. Now in full Now, in this particular move, I'm going to start getting the choke, but what's going to happen is going to start to stand up. Okay, as soon as I start getting the choke and he stands up, I got to let it go the choke. Okay, so what I got to do here, I got to reward it with the fit. I got to hook my feet right away between his legs, and then I go for the choke. I got to establish the position first before I finish this situation here. Once again, same choke. Now he stands up, I hook my feet, I let it go, and then I keep him down. Now, after I establish my position, I go for the choke to finish the fight. Now we're going to do it full speed. Now, in this particular move here, I'm going to start with some strikes, and then what's going to happen? Okay, the guy's going to reverse the position. Okay, so make sure once that happens, you stay close to the guy and keep, stay in his back. So I'm going to start to hit him, and then he's going to turn. Okay, as soon as he turns, okay, I want to make sure that I keep my feet in there. The reason why I keep my feet in there is because if you keep rolling, I still get his back. He won't go nowhere. If I get my foot out of there, and then he rolls, and he's out. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I open his legs here with my feet. Now, this hand here goes inside, and the other one goes over the shoulder, and I just hold my hand and I stay real close to him so he doesn't headbutt me, and I control the situation here. Doesn't matter how strong he is, he's going to keep rolling, I'll still keep his back. Once again here, in this move, I started to strike him, and then what happened here, he reversed, a real strong guy, and he reversed the position. So make sure that you hook your feet in there, keep your feet in there, because if he's going to start a roll, you still get his back, no problem. If you get your foot out of there, and then he escapes, okay, and then he's out. So you want to make sure that you get his feet, okay, real tight, and act like you want to open his legs, okay. Don't cross at all, just like that. Now, this hand here goes over the shoulder, and the other one under his arm, and make sure they stay real close to him so he doesn't headbutt you. Okay. Now in this position here, he can do whatever he wants. He's going to stay here. Now in full speed. Now, we're going to start from the rear position here. So make sure that you hook your feet there, like we said. Keep like that. Okay, now, once you start to get for the choke, the guy gives a hard time. So if you're in the street, hit the guy a couple of times with your ankle. Make sure to leave your one foot there. And you start to hit. He's going to be worried with your foot, and then you go for the choke. Okay, go for mata leão again. Once again here, from this position, okay, make sure that you keep your feet there, hook your feet real good. Okay, now I'm going to start to go for the choke. Of course, the guy's not going to let me do it. He's going to give him a hard time. So what you do in this situation here, you start to hit him in the groin or in your stomach with your ankle. Make sure that you put your legs straight up and then hit. Okay, as many times as you want. He's going to be worried with my foot. And then from there, I just go for the mata leão here. Now in full speed. Now, another choke from the rear position. Once again here, make sure, keep your feet just like that, never cross. You're going to see in another tape why you can never cross, because you get in the foot lock here. Okay? Now, open your legs, open the guy's legs just like that. Get your feet, close to the guy's leg. Now, what you do it, help with this hand here. Okay, the left hand, and pull the gi, okay, all the way down. And then just hold with your thumb. Okay, put your thumb all the way up. Now transfer your hand to the other side of the gi. Okay, now what you do here, just push down and then just twist, this way, and then choke him out. So this go down and this one go on the side. Okay, so we finish right here. Once again, same choke from the back. Make sure that you keep your feet, okay, just like that. Don't cross. Okay, because you end up in the foot lock. We're gonna see that in another tape. So make sure, just put a pressure and then help with this hand here, with left hand, and then get the gi real tight. Put the thumb all the way up. Okay, real tight. Now you transfer this hand to the other side of the gi. So this one here, you're going to push down, and the other one, you're going to go sideways, just like that. Okay, so this goes down, and the other one, just this way. Now in full speed. Now another variation here from the rear position. Okay. Last one, we got the thumb right here. So now we're going to do it. Okay, we're going to still keep the thumb, and instead of grab the other side, we're going to get my hand right here inside, and then I'm going to lock, try to get my wrist. Okay. So this hand here, I'm going to still put pressure this way, and I'm going to lock with my hand. Once again here, last time we had the choke just like that. Now we're going to get this hand inside. So instead of get right here, I'm going to get inside. The thumb stays in the same spot. Okay. So one thing, you want to make sure to stay real close to the guy. Doesn't matter if you're going down or if the guy sits with you. The thing is, you got to be real close to him. You can't let the guy stay away from you. Okay. So you get the thumb real tight. Actually, once you get your hand inside here, you can adjust. Okay, and put real tight. Get the thumb, 4 fingers outside, and with this hand here, you go towards your wrist, and then apply the pressure. Now, same move, now in full speed. Okay, here's another variation, okay, from the last choke. I'm going to start to get him, and then he started giving me a hard time with his arm. So what I do here, I go over, and then I lock with his arm with my leg. Okay, now he can use that arm. So what I do here, I just go for the choke. Now, this move, we're going to do a variation from the last choke. So we go the same thing here, get the thumb inside. Okay, now, once I start to choke him, he's going to start giving me a hard time with his arm. So what I do here, I go around and then I lock my foot right in his lower back. So I just go around and lock it right in here, right in his lower back. Now, the thumb, I still keep all the way up. And then now he can't use his arm anymore. So with this hand here, I just go towards my wrist. Okay, now in full speed. Now another variation here from the choke. At this time, I'm going to move around here and I'm going to put my leg over. Okay, that way I can put a lot more pressure and then choke him out here. Okay, so this time I move my hips. Okay, I leave my foot right here between his legs, okay, and I go over. So I just push him, that way I can put my leg over. If I don't do that, I won't be able to put my leg over his head. So it's very important in the situation here to push him, okay, but make sure that you keep the thumb inside real tight, and then push him, go over, and then hold your foot. Now what I do here, I put my leg straight down and then pressure right here with this hand. This hand goes like that, okay. Once again here, I get my thumb all the way up, I put my foot right on the mat and I move my hips. I gotta leave my foot right in his leg. Okay, now what I do here, I push him. That way I can put my leg over. So if I don't do that, I won't be able to put my leg over. So I just push him, I make sure that I still lock his arm, okay, so he can't escape, and I go over, and then I hold my foot. Okay, now I just apply the pressure here with my leg, and then with this hand here, I just go all the way. Now the same move in full speed. Here's another variation from the last choke. Okay, at this time, I get my thumb inside his gi. Okay, once again here, I trap his arm, I put my foot right on the mat, and then I move my hips. Okay, don't forget, you gotta keep your foot hooked right in the guy's leg. Now, I push him and I put my leg over. This time, he got my hand out of there, so I can't choke him anymore. Okay, but I can still get him an arm bar. So I let it go right here, I help him. So he got my hand out of there, no problem. And then what I do here, I get my leg straight down, thumb straight up, and I squeeze with my leg. And once again here, thumb straight up, get his wrist, and then hips up. Okay, once again here, I just put my foot down and I move my hips. make sure that you trap the arm like we just did, and then leave your foot, okay, right between the guy's legs. Now you push him and put your leg over. Now I get my hand out of there. I can't choke him anymore, okay, but that's fine. I let it go. I help him out, and then this leg here, I'm going to put it straight down, okay, just like that. And then I control here on the wrist again. I squeeze, okay, get the thumb straight up, and then I put my hips up. Now, the same move in full speed. Now in this position here, my opponent is going to try to escape the wrong way, so you never do that. So I'm going to show what happens if the guy get his hand inside of there trying to escape. First of all, I'm going to put my foot down, okay, and I'm going to get his arm that way. And then I'm going to move all the way so I can lock it real good, okay. So I escape from here, okay, and then I hold my foot. Now I don't have to hold his arm anymore. So I just go for my foot. What I do here, the same thing in a regular triangle. I just hook my foot right behind the knee, okay. Now from this position here, I just push, I lay back, and then I push his head forward. Once again here, my opponent is trying to escape in the wrong way, okay? You can never do that. So if that happens, the first thing that I gotta do here, I gotta put my foot down, okay, right on the mat. My hand, I just get his arm, and I push his arm all the way. And at the same time, I move myself so I can lock it in here real good, okay? So I wanna make sure that I get my knee real close to his throat, and his arm has gotta go that way at the same time. Okay, now in this situation here, I just get my foot. Instead of holding his arm, I just get my foot because he can't get his arm out of there. Okay, now I just put my foot right behind the knee and I lock it real good. Okay, now from this position here, I just go down. Okay, he can't get out of there at all. So I get both hands right here, close to his neck, and I push forward. And I choke him out. Now, the same move in full speed.